Hello, students. Welcome back to BioDecode, where biology is decoded into simple steps. This is your trusted audio guide for learning biology the smart way. You are listening to the NCERT Class 11 Biology Audiobook, Unit 2, Structural Organization in Plants and Animals, Chapter 7, Structural Organization in Animals. If you haven't already listened to Chapter 6, Anatomy of Flowering Plants and its Exercise Solutions, they're available on our channel. That chapter explored the internal organization of plant tissues and the differences between monocot and dicot systems. Now, as we continue with Unit 2, we move from plants to animals, exploring how cells, tissues, and organs come together to form complex systems in multicellular animals. In this chapter, we'll study the structural and functional organization of animals, beginning with the types of tissues that make up animal bodies and their specialized roles. You'll also learn about the morphology and anatomy of a representative vertebrate, the frog, understanding how various systems like the digestive, respiratory, circulatory, excretory, and nervous systems work together to maintain life. This audiobook is designed to help you visualize animal structure from the cellular level to the organ system level, using clear explanations and logical flow. Whether you're revising for exams or preparing for NEET, you can listen, understand, and retain key details effortlessly. So, plug in your earphones, focus your mind, and get ready to explore how structure and function unite in the animal body. This is BioDecode, and you're listening to Chapter 7, Structural Organization in Animals. In the preceding chapters, you came across a large variety of organisms, both unicellular and multicellular, of the animal kingdom. In unicellular organisms, all functions like digestion, respiration, and reproduction are performed by a single cell. In the complex body of multicellular animals, the same basic functions are carried out by different groups of cells in a well-organized manner. The body of a simple organism like Hydra is made of different types of cells, and the number of cells in each type can be in thousands. The human body is composed of billions of cells to perform various functions. How do these cells in the body work together? As you have already learned in your earlier classes, in multicellular animals, a group of similar cells along with intercellular substances perform a specific function. Such an organization is called tissue. You may be surprised to know that all complex animals consist of only 4 basic types of tissues. These tissues are organized in specific proportion and pattern to form an organ like stomach, lung, heart, and kidney. When 2 or more organs perform a common function by their physical and/or chemical interaction, they together form organ system, e.g., digestive system, respiratory system, etc. Cells, tissues, organs, and organ systems split up the work in a way that exhibits division of labor and contribute to the survival of the body as a whole. 7.1 Organ and Organ System. The basic tissues, as you have learned in earlier classes, organize to form organs, which in turn associate to form organ systems in the multicellular organisms. Such an organization is essential for more efficient and better coordinated activities of millions of cells constituting an organism. Each organ in our body is made of 1 or more type of tissues. For example, our heart consists of all the 4 types of tissues, that isopithelial, connective, muscular, and neural. We also notice, after some careful study, that the complexity in organ and organ systems displays certain discernible trend. This discernible trend is called evolutionary trend. You will study the details in class, the 12th. In this chapter, you are being introduced to morphology and anatomy of frog. Morphology refers to study of form or externally visible features. In the case of plants or microbes, the term morphology precisely means only this. In case of animals, this refers to the external appearance of the organs or parts of the body. The word anatomy conventionally is used for the study of morphology of internal organs in the animals. You will learn the morphology and anatomy of frog representing vertebrates. Frogs. Frogs can live both on land and in freshwater and belong to class Amphibia of phylum Chordata. The most common species of frog found in India is Rana tigrina. They do not have constant body temperature. That is, their body temperature varies with the temperature of the environment. Such animals are called cold-blooded or poikilotherms. You might have also noticed changes in the color of the frogs while they are in grasses and on dry land. They have the ability to change the color to hide them from their enemies' camouflage. This protective coloration is called mimicry. You may also know frogs are not seen during peak summer and winter. During this period, they take shelter in deep burrows to protect them from extreme heat and cold. This is known as summer sleep estivation and winter sleep hibernation, respectively. Morphology. Have you ever touched the skin of frog? The skin is smooth and slippery due to the presence of mucus. The skin is always maintained in a moist condition. The color of dorsal side body is generally olive green with dark, irregular spots. On the ventral side, the skin is uniformly pale yellow. The frog never drinks water, but absorbs it through the skin. Body of a frog is divisible into head and trunk. Figure 7.1 shows the external features of a frog. The diagram includes the head, eye, forelimb, hind limb, and trunk. The feet are webbed to support swimming, and nostrils are positioned above the mouth. The frog does not drink water, but absorbs it directly through the skin. A neck and tail are absent. Above the mouth, a pair of nostrils is present. Eyes are bulged and covered by a nictitating membrane that protects them while in water. On either side of eyes, a membranous tympanum ear receives sound signals. The forelimbs and hind limbs help in swimming, walking, leaping, and burrowing. The hind limbs end in 5 digits, and they are larger and muscular than forelimbs that end in 4 digits. Feet have webbed digits that help in swimming. Frogs exhibit sexual dimorphism. Male frogs can be distinguished by the presence of sound-producing vocal sacs and also a copulatory pad on the first digit of the forelimbs, which are absent in female frogs. Anatomy. The body cavity of frogs accommodate different organ systems such as digestive, circulatory, respiratory, nervous, excretory, and reproductive systems. With well-developed structures and functions, Figure 7.2 shows the complete digestive system of a frog. It depicts the heart, lung, liver, stomach, intestine, rectum, urinary bladder, ureter, cloaca, and cloacal aperture. Fat bodies are shown near the kidney. The digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. The alimentary canal is short because frogs are carnivores, and hence the length of intestine is reduced. The mouth opens into the buccal cavity that leads to the esophagus through pharynx. Esophagus is a short tube. It opens into the stomach, which in turn continues as the intestine, rectum, and finally opens outside by the cloaca. Liver secretes bile that is stored in the gallbladder. Pancreas, digestive gland, produces pancreatic juice containing digestive enzymes. Food is captured by the bilobed tongue. Digestion of food takes place by the action of HCl and gastric juices secreted from the walls of the stomach. Partially digested food called chyme is passed from stomach to the first part of the small intestine, the duodenum. The duodenum receives bile from gallbladder and pancreatic juices from the pancreas through a common bile duct. Bile emulsifies fat and pancreatic juices, digest carbohydrates and proteins. Final digestion takes place in the intestine. Digested food is absorbed by the numerous finger-like folds in the inner wall of intestine called villi and microvilli. The undigested solid waste moves into the rectum and passes out through cloaca. Frogs respire on land and in the water by 2 different methods. In water, skin acts as aquatic respiratory organ, cutaneous respiration. Dissolved oxygen in the water is exchanged through the skin by diffusion. On land, the buccal cavity, skin, and lungs act as the respiratory organs. The respiration by lungs is called pulmonary respiration. The lungs are a pair of elongated, pink-colored sac-like structures present in the upper part of the trunk, region thorax. Air enters through the nostrils into the buccal cavity and then to lungs. During estivation and hibernation, gaseous exchange takes place through skin. The vascular system of frog is well-developed closed type. Frogs have a lymphatic system also. The blood vascular system involves heart, blood vessels, and blood. The lymphatic system consists of lymph channels, and lymph nodes. Heart is a muscular structure situated in the upper part of the body cavity. It has 3 chambers, 2 atria and 1 ventricle, and is covered by a membrane called pericardium. A triangular structure called sinus venosus joins the right atrium. It receives blood through the major veins called vena cava. The ventricle opens into a sac like conus arteriosus on the ventral side of the heart. The blood from the heart is carried to all parts of the body by the arteries' arterial system. The veins collect blood from different parts of body to the heart and form the venous system. Special venous connection between liver and intestine, as well as the kidney and lower parts of the body, are present in frogs. The former is called hepatic portal system, and the latter is called renal portal system. The blood is composed of plasma and cells. Blood cells are RBC red blood cells or erythrocytes, WBC white blood cells or leukocytes, and platelets. RBCs are nucleated and contain red-colored pigment, namely hemoglobin. The lymph is different from blood. It lacks few proteins and RBCs. The blood carries nutrients, gases, and water to the respective sites during the circulation. The circulation of blood is achieved by the pumping action of the muscular heart. The elimination of nitrogenous wastes is carried out by a well-developed excretory system. The excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, ureters, cloaca, and urinary bladder. These are compact, dark red, and bean-like structures situated a little posteriorly in the body cavity on both sides of vertebral column. Each kidney is composed of several structural and functional units called uriniferous tubules, or nephrons. 2 ureters emerge from the kidneys in the male frogs. The ureters act as urinogenital duct, which opens into the cloaca. In females, the ureters and oviduct open separately in the cloaca. The thin-walled urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum, which also opens in the cloaca. The frog excretes urea and thus is a ureotelic animal. Excretory wastes are carried by blood into the kidney, where it is separated and excreted. The system for control and coordination is highly evolved in the frog. It includes both neural system and endocrine glands. Chemical coordination of various organs of the body is achieved by hormones, which are secreted by the endocrine glands. The prominent endocrine glands found in frog are pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pineal body, pancreatic islets, adrenals, and gonads. The nervous system is organized into a central nervous system, brain, and spinal cord, a peripheral nervous system, cranial and spinal nerves, and an autonomic nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic. There are 10 pairs of cranial nerves arising from the brain. Brain is enclosed in a bony structure called brain box cranium. The brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Forebrain includes olfactory lobes, paired cerebral hemispheres, and unpaired diencephalon. The midbrain is characterized by a pair of optic lobes. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum and medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata passes out through the foramen magnum and continues into spinal cord, which is enclosed in the vertebral column. Frog has different types of sense organs, namely organs of touch sensory papillae, taste buds, smell nasal epithelium, vision eyes, and hearing tympanum with internal ears. Out of these, eyes and internal ears are well-organized structures, and the rest are cellular aggregations around nerve endings. Eyes in a frog are a pair of spherical structures situated in the orbit and skull. These are simple eyes possessing only one unit. External ear is absent in frogs, and only tympanum can be seen externally. The ear is an organ of hearing as well as balancing equilibrium. Frogs have well-organized male and female reproductive systems. Male reproductive organs consist of a pair of yellowish ovoid testes. Figure 7.3 shows the male reproductive system of a frog. It depicts testis, kidney, adrenal gland, ureter, functioning as urinogenital duct, cloaca, and cloacal aperture, which are found adhered to the upper part of kidneys by a double fold of peritoneum called mesorchium. Vasa efferentia are 10-12 in number that arise from testes. They enter the kidneys on their side and open into Bitter's canal. Finally, it communicates with the urinogenital duct that comes out of the kidneys and opens into the cloaca. Cloaca is a small median chamber that is used to pass fecal matter, urine, and sperms to the exterior. Female reproductive organs include a pair of ovaries. Figure 7.4 shows the female reproductive system. It displays ovary, oviduct, eggs called ova, cloaca, cloacal aperture, and urinary bladder. The ovaries are situated near kidneys, and there is no functional connection with kidneys. A pair of oviduct arising from the ovaries opens into the cloaca separately. A mature female can lay 2,500 to 3,000 ova at a time. Fertilization is external and takes place in water. Development involves a larval stage called tadpole. Tadpole undergoes metamorphosis to form the adult. Frogs are beneficial for mankind because they eat insects and protect the crop. Frogs maintain ecological balance because these serve as an important link of food chain and food web in the ecosystem. In some countries, the muscular legs of frog are used as food by man. Summary: cells, tissues, organs, and organ systems split up the work in a way that ensures the survival of the body as a whole and exhibit division of labor. Tissue is defined as a group of cells along with intercellular substances performing one or more functions in the body. Epithelia are sheet-like tissues lining the body's surface and its cavities, ducts, and tubes. Epithelia have one free surface facing a body fluid or the outside environment. Their cells are structurally and functionally connected at junctions. The Indian bullfrog, Rana tigrina, is the common frog found in India. Body is covered by skin. Mucus glands are present in the skin, which is highly vascularized and helps in respiration in water and on land. Body is divisible into head and trunk. A muscular tongue is present, which is bilobed at the tip and is used in capturing the prey. The alimentary canal consists of oesophagus, stomach, intestine, and rectum, which open into the cloaca. The main digestive glands are liver and pancreas. It can respire in water, through skin, and through lungs on land. Circulatory system is closed with single circulation. RBCs are nucleated. Nervous system is organized into central, peripheral, and autonomic. The organs of urinogenital system are kidneys and urinogenital ducts, which open into the cloaca. The male reproductive organ is a pair of testes. The female reproductive organ is a pair of ovaries. A female lays 2,500–3,000 ova at a time. The fertilization and development are external. The eggs hatch into tadpoles, which metamorphose into frogs. You've just finished listening to Chapter 7, Structural Organization in Animals from NCERT Class 11 Biology, here on BioDecode. I hope this audio helped you understand how animal cells, tissues, organs, and systems are organized to perform their functions in a coordinated way. We explored the four main tissue types: epithelial, connective, muscular, and neural, and learned how these form organs and systems that work together in multicellular animals. Through the example of the frog, we studied how internal organs are arranged and how various systems, digestive, circulatory, respiratory, excretory, nervous, and reproductive, function in harmony. In the next episode, we'll go through the exercise solutions and important questions from this chapter, step by step, with clear explanations to help you prepare confidently for your exams. So make sure to follow BioDecode and stay tuned for the next part of this series. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll meet you in the next audiobook. Chapter 7. Structural Organization in Animals, NCERT, Solutions and Key Questions. And yes, students, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel BioDecode. See you in the next audio lecture.